Hey everyone, it's Sandra. I thought today we would just kind of chill out and get ready together. I'm getting ready for the day. It is a beautiful sunny day outside, but it's still cold AF. Wearing a cashmere sweater, but in a pastel spring color because I dream of spring. I would like to walk outside of the house without the hazard of breaking a bone. It's just been nonstop freezing rain, but today it's sunny. And now that I gave you the weather report, let's get into the makeup. This is going to be very simple, easy weekend makeup. You can just kind of throw it on and just look really fresh and glowy all day long. This makeup lasts really well, even though it is very glowy. The foundation combination is very extra. I have been loving it though. You don't need to mix 4 products for your base, but I'm trying really hard not to buy new foundation. So in order to curb my appetite for new foundation, I've just been mixing things like crazy. It's kind of been working. I am basically using 2 primers and 2 foundations mixed together. The foundations that I'm going to be using are Armani Power Fabric, just to neutralize the color a little bit because the shade 4.5 has a really strong olivey yellow undertone, which I really like, but right now I kind of need to tone it down a little bit. I'm mixing it in with a pump of Lancome Teint Idole. This is such a great mixing product for me. I love wearing this, especially mixed with the Cosmetic CC cream in shade medium. Like, it's such a great combination. And as a standalone foundation, I prefer Lancome Teint Idole over the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric. With my skin, Lancome Teint Idole wears better all over my skin, whereas Power Fabric gets kind of dry and cakey looking around my mouth. So I'm gonna take 1 pump of Lancome Teint Idole, 1 pump of the Armani foundation, half a pump of the Armani Prima oil, and then a pump of the Burberry Fresh Glow. This is a water-based luminizing primer that has like light reflecting particles in it. This is my favorite light reflecting luminizing primer, especially if you're somebody with more oily combination skin, because this is a water-based product. So it will feel really lightweight. I can even wear it in the summer and it never gets greasy. So I just mix it on the back of my hand. Sometimes I use a little Real Techniques brush to help spread the product around where I get the most redness. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. And what the sponge will do is lighten up the coverage. I did do my eyebrows off camera just because it's always a struggle and I would rather not put you through the torture of watching me try to do my eyebrows. I'm very excited about that new Anastasia brow gel that's coming out. I think it's called the Dip Brow Gel. Super curious about that. Finish on the skin is really, really natural. And because I'm using the sponge to kind of diffuse the product, you just get like a really nice light to medium coverage. But because the foundations are really long lasting, that will give me the longevity throughout the day. So I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm kind of diluting it a little bit with the YSL Touche Eclat, just focusing it on the inner corner of my eye, down the center of my face for a little bit of extra brightening. Then with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, I'm just getting over a cold, so my nose is extra red. I counted the number of foundations that I want to try because I'm like the ultimate foundation whore. February hasn't even fully ended yet, and there are 8 new foundation launches that I'm aware of that like I would be interested in buying. I need 8 heads, like Medusa or something. I still haven't road tested my Wet n Wild cushion foundation that I bought before I went on vacation, which is just crazy. Partly because when I came back from Mexico, I was too tan for the color that I bought. I think now I might be able to make it work. So I think I'm gonna do a video on that. And when I put it on the back of my hand, it felt really nice. And I love cushion foundations. They're like my favorite thing to play with. So it's been a while since I found a good drugstore cushion foundation. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of setting. Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder with my Wayne Goss airbrush. The best brush ever for setting under eye powder. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and I'm swirling my brush in all shades, but I'm focusing on this darkest shade because that's kind of going to be my bronzer. I have been loving doing this, and thanks to one of you that suggested it. I don't think I had never tried to just use this shade as a bronzer. Before, I always just kind of used everything all over, but focusing on this color, especially this time of year, when I'm at my fairest, I can definitely get away with using this color as a bronzer, and it has that subtle glow from within, and I'm all about that. Then for cheeks, I'm using my Bobbi Brown Cream Blush. This is the Pot Rouge in the shade Powder Pink. With my favorite brush for cream blushes, this is the e.l.f. Mini Stipple Brush. It's $3 and it is excellent. Just taking a little bit of product. Fear not, this will be diffused. This color is really pretty on the lips as well, but I think I'm gonna do something bright today because I'm in that spring mood. I'm just taking my foundation sponge, and whatever's left on the sponge will kind of help tone down that blush, and it will just end up looking nice and melted with my skin. I'm taking my KJAER Weiss cream highlighter. This is in the shade Ravishing. And first I like to stipple it on very, very gently. This is a crown brush. And then I'm taking the blush brush and dabbing whatever blush I have left over the highlighter, just to kind of marry the two textures together. And just put a little bit on my forehead too. This is one of my favorite single shadows of all time, and it's getting quite difficult to find. I don't know what's happening with like the Burberry distribution in the United States. In Canada, you can still get this at the Bay. But if you have Chanel undertone eyeshadow, they're so similar, you don't really have to, like, it's not really justifiable to own both. So that's the type of color that it is. It's just like, I like to call it a My Eyelids but better color. Coats my eyes with like a hint of color. It has the perfect balance of sheen. This is a MAC 217 brush. If I want a more intense color deposit, I can just use my fingers with it. I think Chanel Undertone is maybe a little bit warmer than this, but they're very similar. I'm also going to take a little bit on this Zoeva. This is a 231 brush, and it doesn't matter if you're going down like into your eye bags. That can look quite chic. It's a little trick I learned from Samantha Ravndal. Embrace the eye bags, put some eyeshadow on them, and then you'll look like a cool rock and roll chick. I'm going to do a tiny little bit of liner just to kind of accentuate my lash line a little bit. This is the It Cosmetics Superhero Liner. This is a great, great, great liquid liner. It's not as great as the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen, but it is good. It's one of the best that I've tried. It's definitely better than the Kat Von D. It just glides on really, really easily. I love the brush tip on it. I just wish the packaging wasn't so bulky. It's like my eternal complaint about stuff. I've been really into closet declutter, and I've kind of been doing that, and I've been trying to sell some stuff. I have a little Poshmark going on. I just want to have like a one in, one out policy when it comes to clothes as well. There's like so much stuff that I want to buy, but I don't have room for it. And I've also really been loving buying like pre-loved, all the resale sites like Depop and Poshmark. You can find so much great stuff at such a great deal. And then for the lip, the RIMMEL Stay Satin Liquid Lip Color. I like this formula better than their Stay Matte. Don't like the way they smell. This formula in particular has a bit more, it's a bit more emollient than the matte formula, so it's more comfortable. And this color is gorgeous. It's called Scrunchy, which is really fitting because scrunchies are back. I don't want a really thick application. I want it to be more lived in. Wow, if this isn't a mood lifter, I don't know what is. I'm ready for vacation now. For mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is the European packaging, but it's called Paradise Ecstatic in Europe. And the packaging has like a nice peachy tint to it. All right, now this is the finished look. Let me know if you're into bright lips. Do you tend to go more bright with your lip color in the spring and summer? I would love to know. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.